Hello, everyone, and welcome to Make That Game. Usually, we talk about the latest and greatest new video game ideas that won't ever get made, but today we have a special episode for you. We are posting our live stream from AGDQ 2023. We live streamed the morning of the first day of speedruns. So we'll be posting the full audio to that right after this message. And we also have the full video of that on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@makethatgame. We thought this would be a great time to do this since the SGDQ, which is the Summer Games Done Quick, have just released their applications for speedruns. So if you're interested in running, we're going to have a link for that in the show notes or the YouTube description, depending on where you are. So if you're interested in that, you can learn more about that. And other than that, enjoy us talking about speedruns and which runs we're really excited about. All right. I don't know what to come. Hurry up. Welcome to the countdown to AGDQ with your favorite video game podcast. Make
that game. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Claire.
And we are speedrunning.
We're not.
Weird streaming. Hold on, I just got to make one more post and boom, I'm the marketing manager. I'm the marketing manager of this well-run business extraordinaire.
I so rarely manage the market.
You ever manage the market?
I just... Wow.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, that's an important countdown factor of it. That's a very important... People love the Instagram.
Yeah.
And welcome everyone. I hope sound is working. We did tests and stuff.
Yeah, if it's too loud or too quiet, please let us know because
yeah, it's impossible to tell really on this side. Because we don't have a producer.
Headphones, right?
Yeah. We would need a third person for that because could you imagine?
I mean, I can plug headphones into that right now.
Right, but then you'd have to be hearing live and then the 1 second delay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal, I guess.
Yeah.
It's possible. What I'm saying
it'd be crazy.
Is it's possible.
Is what I'm saying.
I don't know if it's crazy.
Okay. Well, anyways, rapid fire round? Oh no, we're not doing that. We're doing a different kind of speed today.
Maybe don't say it that way.
What do you mean? No. That's the exact way that we want to say it.
No, we're here to talk all about speed runs.
Speed runs. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
That's the same thing. That's when I talk about speed, I don't mean anything else. I don't know. Gotta go fast.
Well, that means Sonic, right?
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, the only game to be speedrun ever. Because it's the only game about speed.
It's the only game that goes fast.
Strong Disco Elysium vibe with this new type of speed. Oh, yeah. Disco Elysium's a game that I've been playing a lot. Table at Gaming has been playing it a lot. And one of my quests in it right now is to obtain speed and sniff it.
Like speed.
Yeah.
Fast speed?
Yeah. And I assume that it's related to AGDQ in somehow because I don't know about speed in any other context.
Right. So you have to do a speed run, you're saying.
Exactly.
In the game. Wow.
Yes.
So meta.
Yeah, and they call it sniffing for some reason.
Oh, boy.
But Disco Elysium, I wonder if that's on the schedule. I hear that it's got a very interesting speed run where you spend the majority of the game in one shoe.
Like a literal shoe?
Yeah. So one of the first things that you do in the game is collect your clothes.
Okay.
But speedrunners don't care about that.
No.
So they ignore it takes a lot of time to go onto the balcony where your character drunkenly threw their shoe the night before. So they skip that. And they just run around with one shoe.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant they were sitting inside of a shoe a la there was an old lady who lived in a shoe. And you have to be in that shoe the entire game.
No. Okay. Like you are a police investigator who is running around investigating crimes with one shoe.
I don't know. The game is kind of odd, so you never know. It could be in a shoe.
It's a very disco game. So anyways, let's...
If you know, wait, real quick. Any listeners out there, is the guy's name Disco?
No, his name is Tequila Sunset.
His name is Tequila Sunset?
Or Ralph Ambrosius Cousteau. Or
Those are really
Dubois.
Good. Those are really good names.
So one of the things is the character has amnesia, so you can either invent your own name or pick your real name if you ever discover it.
So you could name yourself Disco.
I don't think that's actually one of the options.
Oh, you can't name yourself whatever you want.
No. The options that I found so far are tequila
lifestyle. Yeah.
He does live the disco lifestyle. Yeah. It's Tequila Sunset, and this could be spoilers, so sorry everyone if I'm spoiling, but Tequila Sunset, Arriere de Bois, and Ralph Ambrosius Clousteau. I think you can also mantle Krasmazov, which is the settings version of Karl Marx. I think I can eventually just declare that I'm him.
Oh boy.
Guillaume de Mion, which is a disco star that I think that you can mantle. And so this is all just speculation from what I have experienced in the game. If I were to pick names, I believe that you can also just decide. Oh shoot, who was it? Anyways, there's lots of options. Identity is meaningless.
Anyway, we're here
in
to
the
talk
world
about,
of Disco Elysium.
We're talking about speedruns today.
AGDQ, which stands for
Awesome Games Done Quick.
Awesome Games Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm talking so much. Okay, AGDQ. What is AGDQ?
It's a speedrunning stream that happens 24/7 starting today.
Yeah, wow.
And it raises money. And I always forget which one is which because
that's the countdown timer,
yes.
by the way. It starts, the pre-stream for it starts there. The angle, I'm not used to it. I'm like, oh, camera straight on. But no, camera have cone.
Yeah, this is a very wide angle
big
camera.
Cone.
Thank you, MacBook Pro. It's good though.
So yeah, it's a marathon. It's a speedrunning marathon, so they speedrun games for 7 days straight, 24 hours a day, at all times. It never stops.
Never stops.
Tiny breaks where they set up different games, but it's not like they're like, okay, we stop for the night. No,
I feel like for Summer Games Done Quick, it really never stopped because they got so behind on the schedule that there was no time for breaks.
Yes. Love the hand mics too. Hey,
we're doing
gotta have hand mic.
It's like
we're
like
reporters.
The Macy's Day Parade. We're the New Year's Eve ball drop. We're getting ready for it.
Exactly.
We need our mics for that.
Exactly. Where were we in the matter of things?
24/7 marathon. Lots of different runners.
Here's the big question. What charity is AGDQ?
I always forget which one is in the winter because we have one in the summer too, and I always forget which is which. One is cancer and one is
one is Médecins Sans Frontières.
You can just say Doctors Without Borders if you want.
I want to say it the correct way.
Médecins Sans Frontières.
Médecins Sans Frontières.
I think that's right.
And then the other one is Prevent Cancer Foundation. So everything that you donate goes like directly to that. It's pretty wild. And I'm just doing some research live on camera. This is something that I should have came prepared for. We can't cut out
the coughs. We can't cut out.
We can't edit.
I can't edit anything. That's the wild thing about being live.
You'd think that it would just be.
We were supposed to be drinking coffee with y'all because it's the morning.
I broke the coffee machine.
No, I don't think you did. I think it broke itself. It just spontaneously combusted.
Okay. Prevent Cancer Foundation from January 8th to January 15th. Your proceeds, all your donations are going to AGDQ. Also stands for Awful Games Done Quick. I think they stopped the awful block. Last time they had
the silly block, which I think is much kinder, right?
Yes, because a lot of the games aren't really awful. Like they're not. They're janky games, or they have weird themes.
So, for example, last year, one of my favorite runs
was
Turnip Boy, who's going to rob a bank this year, this February. Very exciting. It's true.
That's why he's got the gun.
Yeah.
For the robbing.
Anyway, Turnip Boy was during the silly block at like 4 a.m. and we got up early for it because I wanted to.
You have to. We had a whole little banquet and everything. We had pastries.
Yeah.
Jams.
Yeah.
I forget what else was involved.
I think it was mostly scones.
Scones. We should have had turnips.
I don't think I want turnips at 4 a.m. Oh, yeah. Eating Turnip Boy?
Eating turnips to celebrate Turnip Boy? Maybe that's cannibalism.
Does he have ears? I just realized I don't think he does.
I think only potatoes have ears. No, they have eyes. Corn has ears.
Anyway, speedruns.
Speedruns. What is a speedrun?
A speedrun is when you play a game from beginning to completion, and I say that in quotes because you can decide what that means, but you play it all the way through as fast as you can. So it doesn't matter. Things stop mattering. Like if you are lucky enough to be able to use glitches. Honestly, I don't like glitchless runs. So there's different categories of runs, but if you can use glitches, you can glitch through things and it counts. Gotta go fast, absolutely. And if you you can side quests don't matter. Like Isaac was saying, collecting clothes doesn't matter. Like all that matters is getting from the beginning to the end as fast as you can. So there are some different categories which stipulate what the end is, right? So how many, in some cases it might be you have to do all the dungeons in a game. And in some, it might just be literally as fast as you can, right? Like it's okay if you skip dungeons because sometimes you can and that's fun. I guess, I can't think of a good example of that. But anyway, and then...
Well, so like Legend of Zelda games are...
Right.
That a lot of Legend of Zelda games or like Elder Scrolls games, if you do what's called the any % run, so just get to the game's predetermined end as fast as possible, you can do it in like 7 minutes. You can do it in like 10 minutes. Like extremely fast. And so to make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit longer of a thing, people have decided, all right, do all dungeons or take a step further, collect every item that you can possibly collect in your inventory. In the case of like Legend of Zelda,
100%.
Yes, that is that they usually call that kind of stuff like 100%.
Hilariously, so one of the ways they say like if you don't really have stipulations, it's any percent. And I always thought they were saying the first time I watched a speedrun marathon, I thought it was 80%, which is very specific. And so I was like, wow, all these 80% runs. And it's like, no, it's any percent, not 80%.
Yep, Link's Awakening is a good run. Yeah, I generally like to watch any percent runs. There's some any percent runs that still are super long, depending on the game.
I think
it
Kirby
mostly depends.
was pretty long because I think that wasn't that any percent.
Yes, because Kirby has a bunch of built-in you have to progress a certain amount in order to actually beat the game.
Actually, I will say that was actually my favorite last year. Turn Up Boy was second, but last year, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, such a good run.
That's happening again this year, isn't it?
No?
Okay. Well,
a bunch of Kirby
when we get
games,
to the schedule,
but not that one. Yeah,
we'll
that was,
see.
and it was a fairly new game at the time, and it was just, I don't know, I just felt so excited to be part of the Kirby community while I was watching that one, let me tell you.
And as an example of like a glitch versus a glitchless run is one of the things that you do in Kirby and the Forgotten Land is if you use the hammer in midair, like if you use the hammer power in a certain way, you can like bounce yourself up infinitely. So you just bounce your way
and then you like go over the level basically.
Yes, but and in order to do so, you have to do some pretty like precise key inputs or button inputs to get you to jump right. But in order to actually progress in the level, because just bouncing straight up isn't super useful, you have to bounce straight up and then get a different power that lets you at the top blindly like do a super fast like tornado move to get on top of a structure, and then you can just go across the entire level.
We've been trying to perfect this a little bit. We've each done it at least once. You've done it, I think, like 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
It's tricky.
But then the tornado switch part is just...
That's hard.
That's beyond us.
Well, and that you have to have that power ready to go, right?
Yeah.
And that's the tough part. It's difficult, but it was really cool to watch it.
Yes.
And it was it was one of our least favorite levels in Kirby and the Forgotten Land that they just literally flew over. So I was both excited and frustrated by that because I was kind of hoping they'd show me like an easy way to beat the level, and it's like I guess that is, but it would take so much practice to get that down. So that's one that a lot of speedrun detractors will say that you're not really playing the game. You're skipping all the best parts. But in order to develop the skills that you need to do most of these speedruns, you need to play these games a lot more than like the average person.
Yeah, like even like people who love this game are most likely not playing it as much as like a speedrunner is, because speedrunners will practice like 4 hours a day on the same 2-minute sequence. Just to get that down perfect, because they want that 2-minute sequence to actually take exactly 2 minutes, and they're at like 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and they're like, I gotta shave 4 seconds off of it. It's ridiculous. glitched Myst 3 Exile run is like 7 to 10 seconds, so they do some of the game in the any percent run so they can get donations, and then do the glitched run if they meet donation incentive. Yes, let's talk about donation incentives. That's a big part of AGDQ.
Absolutely. So obviously they want to raise money. They end up raising millions of dollars every time, which is amazing. So it's all for a good cause.
Yes, and they have prizes.
They have prizes, yes. So every so they split it into time segments.
Yes.
So there's a couple different ways to get prizes. One is like a time segment prize. So for example, a Turnip Boy plushie was a prize. We did not win. We did bid for it. If you put in a donation during that time slot, you're eligible to win any of the prizes that are available during that time slot.
And it's usually like a raffle kind of situation.
Yep. So you can't pick which one you get, but you can kind of time your way, and they release those ahead of time, so it's on their website right now, gamesdonequick.com. You can see the list of all of the different prizes and when they're available. There's also a grand prize at the end, which I'm sure they'll be talking about on once we drop y'all off to the stream in 45 minutes. That is, no matter when you enter your money in, otherwise called a donation. Yeah. No matter when you donate, no matter when you donate, you get entered to win the grand prize, which is like a big to do. Yeah. A big cool thing. They're all video game related, obviously.
A lot of the prizes are like perler stuff. Like a lot of the stuff are things that fans have donated.
Yeah.
For to be prizes.
Like actual artists though.
Yes, like artwork, not just like perlers, plushies.
I drew this on my, computer.
That would also be fun.
It would be fun. It would
like
be
a
fun.
5-year-old's drawing. I have that one wolf shirt.
Oh yeah.
That's like a 8-year-old's drawing of a wolf.
I guess
something.
if it was like a little child, that would be adorable. I don't know
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, there's lots of really cool fan stuff available, which is awesome. And then the other thing is you can donate towards games. So,
and now this stacks with everything else.
Yes. So if you donate towards it, basically if you donate in the time slots, if you're donating in any of those time slots, you're automatically entered to win things. That doesn't go away. But during specific games, you can donate to get usually before it has to be before the games, but incentives. So naming a character that the speedrunner is going to play. You can vote for a name.
The best part about that is the name can actually impact how much time the overall game takes.
That's true because of the text boxes and things like that.
Yeah, a lot of speedrunners like to have their name just be A or something, but if
they can't do that if you vote for that.
Exactly. So. That's 3 extra characters.
The Elden Ring last year, they did a speedrun of Elden Ring and they were voting for who it was. And what was the one that I just thought was the funniest thing in the world?
Ooh, I actually don't remember at all.
John Dark Souls, I think.
Was it John Dark Souls?
Because I think that's what I named my character in Elden Ring after that. Because I started playing after that, and I was like, John Dark Souls did not win, but I am gonna take it.
You will embody John Dark Souls.
There were so many funny names, and I think the one that actually won was not funny. Or did Maidenless win?
I do not remember. That was 6 months ago.
Yeah. Wow. That actually feels longer ago than 6 months, but
yeah.
I had a raspy voice this morning. Anyway.
It's that yogurt. It's that yogurt.
Boy. We ruined it. Anyway, so you can donate towards things like that. You can also, there's bonus games that happen. So if there's enough money raised between a certain amount of time, then a bonus game gets unlocked. And those usually do get unlocked. There's been a few.
Yeah, a couple sad times where they haven't, or like really close calls. And that's been
I was surprised
sad.
Last year there was one that I was like, it's not going to happen. And it did. It was a Pokemon
right at the
one.
last second. It was like,
but it was so.
Didn't it like $100,000 appear in the last 5 minutes
so.
or something?
And it was I thought the threshold was honestly too high. I'm like, I think you're making this too.
It was like Pokemon Emerald or Diamond or Pearl or something like that. Glitch run.
Yeah, and
right.
I think that the one they walked through. It was so good.
Yeah, they walked through and they ended up just talking to the final boss at the end, and the final boss was like, "Okay, you've won."
Yeah, they walked through negative space basically, to go around the map. It was amazing.
We love to see the glitches. Love to see the glitches.
So that's how donations work. So we usually donate. Oh, also, there's a fun trend of donating during a Pokemon game. The number of your favorite Pokemon.
Which it gets really expensive when your favorite Pokemon is 918 because they've got 1,000 over 1,000 of these boys. No, I know.
There's lots of ways to do it, but yeah. So that's also a trend. They'll do what do they call it when everyone donates a certain amount at a time?
Donation, just a train, like a $5 hype train.
So they'll be like, oh, let's do a $5 train, and then you donate $5. So that's part of the fun too, is being part of the donations, I guess. But
Yeah.
you don't have to be part of the show.
They never
Hype train, yes.
read, like, so they'll read donations.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
they
so
never
you can
read
write like little
mine.
sentences.
Like I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm like strategically timing, like, okay, if I donate now, there's been a lull. So I think in the next break, they'll definitely donate, like they'll read my donation because it doesn't seem like a bunch of people are doing. And then I'll be like, okay, they just did like a bunch of smaller donations. So I think that they're waiting for like a big donation. So I'll like donate a bigger amount. And then they just never read mine.
Yeah.
You can see the rings reflected in Claire's glasses because she has a ring light. That's also known as streamer or YouTuber.
I was going to make a Sonic joke, and I'm going to be like, because I'm always playing Sonic.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's what it is. If I punched her right now, they would fly out, and we don't want that. That's illegal.
That is illegal, actually. Yeah. So that's how the Jonas work. So let's, do you want to jump into the schedule?
That's what I was just about to suggest.
We're going to jump into the schedule. We're just going to share the schedule and go through what we're excited about. Woohoo.
Oh, wow. Everything changed. Look at that. We mastered scenes, folks.
I'm really excited about it. Oop. I messed it up. Oop. I don't know.
We're having technical difficulties, folks.
I wouldn't call it difficulties because everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We just don't know.
I don't know how to scroll and record at the same time.
Well, I mean, it's always recording, so...
Perfect.
Yeah. We've got the pre-show. That's where we're going to be dropping you off at 11:30 so that y'all can...
Another fun note about this year's AGDQ is it is going to be totally virtual again. So last summer was during Summer Games Done Quick. They were in person, I think, for the first time in 2 years.
Yes.
And then this year, they are not again.
So the thing about their in-person thing is it was one of the safest events I've ever even heard of.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
everyone in the crowd had masks. Like, you couldn't see a mask. Like, there was no...
Socially distanced. Yeah. It was perfect. They had a bunch of rules that were actually enforced, where I've been to, like, conventions and stuff, which say that they're enforcing certain rules, and then they actually don't do that. But AGDQ absolutely was, and it's like... It's especially funny because MagFest was happening like the week before. I think it's happening like right now. Or there was some event that was happening. Tons of people, like, they had to come out and say, basically, if you went to this event, like, you got COVID. Like, there was tons of infections. And then, like, AGDQ happened live in person. People were nervous about it. And then there were no COVID cases at all. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so they did it right, but they had an issue with the venue. And with the state that the venue was in, which was our state of Florida. Not our state, but...
Yeah, no, we live in Florida now.
State of Florida, I guess is what I meant by that.
Yeah.
No, we do not. It is cold today. We actually were joking about doing this like a real tailgate outside at the car, and I was like, we're going to freeze too much. So
it's too cold.
Maybe next year.
So yeah, the pre-show is going to be going over basically everything that we just went over, but they will actually be able to show some of the prizes.
Yeah, so it's worth it.
We don't have that information, but... They'll have skits. They have skits to start off usually.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
good. Last year they had a really funny one. I forget the exact contents of it. My memory's terrible, people. But yeah, we're gonna kick off at AGDQ. The first speedrun is going to be Splatoon 3, which is very interesting because Splatoon 3 is usually considered like a multiplayer. Well,
they might have. Oh no, they only have one because they did a multiplayer speedrun.
Oh yeah, this one won't. It looks like going to be the single player mode. It's going to be any %. It's still going to take an hour. And Splatoon is a game where you play like a little squid kid, child that is also a squid, and you paint. You have like guns that you paint, and then you can like swim through paint.
Okay.
So like you can paint all over the level, and then you can use it to like move around. So I expect a lot of like cool
Chicory.
Movement. Yes, very similar.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Okay, but here is something we want to see at 1:30.
I didn't know. So there is Breath of the Wild speedrun. I didn't know that the any % was 29 minutes. I wonder if they turn off certain glitches or if any % doesn't allow for certain glitches to be used.
Is it short? Supposed to be shorter?
Because I'm pretty sure I've seen Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild be in 7 minutes.
Well,
like literally 7 minutes. Like literally they can like go from the starting area directly to the final boss and defeat them. Stereo audio is reversed from your positions on screen.
Wait, but it shouldn't be stereo at all. Oh. Oh, well. It's okay.
Well, we put all of your mic
Yeah.
on the left side.
But theoretically, since my mic's only picking up left, it should be correct.
Okay.
It's our first time streaming.
Yeah,
folks.
we
Don't
didn't
worry
test.
about
We
it.
didn't actually test
We did
that part.
Oh, no,
we
yeah, we
tested
didn't-
audio in
We
general.
didn't put headphones on. Well, you know what? You're just going to enjoy the messed up stereo. I mean, we could just switch sides if you want. We don't have to. Oh, no, because your mic is monitored to your voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Mine is monitored to my voice. Okay. Well, we'll just it's mirrored. Yeah, let's just switch sides.
Okay.
Is that too much?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oops.
Did you
All right.
move it?
Now we fixed it.
Go down.
Ah.
Give it to me.
Now we're rearranging everything. We're fixing everything.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Isaac's voice is only coming from right speaker and Claire's is only coming from the left.
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to just have that be how it is.
Yeah. So we fixed it.
Now
So
it's correct stereo, though, so like that should
Yes.
be better, right?
boom. There we go. All right. So Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, specifically Crash 3, any percent. Crash is like one of the old PlayStation 1 era like platform games, so very similar to Mario style.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I know about Crash Bandicoot is that Griffin McElroy will reference it often.
Oh yes, that
That's all I
he
know.
was a mascot for Pizza Hut for a little while.
Crash was or Griffin was?
Crash was
Okay.
Crash the Bandicoot. Mirror's Edge is a parkour game. Mirror's Edge, I can imagine you not liking to watch
They did
at
that
all.
last time. I remember that. It was so nausea-inducing.
Yeah,
That's one thing about speedruns that I think is kind of a bummer is because sometimes you're going so fast and like that things are glitching and it can just make you go, ugh.
Especially first-person ones. I
Oh,
found personally, like Portal, I can't. I think there's going to be a Portal speedrun, and I cannot imagine how that's going to work because it is going to be nauseating. But
Is the what was the Lynx game where they were swimming backwards really fast last year?
Link's Awakening?
No.
Sorry, one of the Legend of Zelda games.
Yeah.
And they were swimming backwards.
Sorry, I call it Link games because that's who it is. About.
Yeah, the only person in the world who doesn't call it Zelda games and like the main character Zelda, instead she just calls them Link games. Folks, that's what I'm dealing with every day.
Well, it's because Link's Awakening was the first one. Anyway,
Swimming backwards really fast. Was
And
it
Link
3D?
yes, and Link looked like little, not like a child, because I know that's a thing.
Oh, Wind Waker.
Yes.
It was Wind Waker. Yes, I remember now because they do a lot of ocean work and swimming
So they
backwards
swam.
is faster.
Swimming backwards is faster. They're swimming backwards super fast. It's like, oh my gosh, it was really tough to watch. It was
Lightning
funny.
fast.
It was hilarious, but I had to look away sometimes. I don't think we need to go through every single game on the list. Though.
No,
That
all
might be-
right, fine. We'll just scroll
Just do the
through.
ones we're excited about. Like,
Okay.
I know last year you missed Castlevania, or you missed one of the Castlevanias.
Yeah, Castlevanias are usually a good time. Especially the earlier ones.
Oh yeah, the reason I got a mouse is so I don't have to reach.
So you don't have to
really
lean up.
far. Yeah.
Borderlands, I could take it or leave it. First bonus game is Cuphead. Is that 300%? That's Cuphead 300%.
What
folks,
does that mean?
folks, so usually when a game has more than 100%, that usually means it has secret bonus content inside of it, or like a secret ending or something.
Oh, okay.
So,
What, and isn't Cuphead like?
Cuphead is known to be a super difficult one. Hold on. Ban. Goodbye. I defeated it.
Good job.
Now I don't know how to make this go away.
I don't know either. So just
Okay. Anyways. So, Cuphead is a super difficult one, so by 300%, I assume it means do like 100% of the game and also like all the bonus levels.
see. I'm just hoping that Cuphead looks cute. It sounds cute. Is it cute?
It is cute. So
Okay,
it has
great.
the rubber hose animation style. It's got a Netflix show.
We just saw an ad for not an ad, but like a video of it, or I did. in my
Yeah.
world. I don't know.
TikTok.
All right. TikTok, probably. Cool. Okay, so that one should be super fun. Hopefully we get that. Beep, beep, beep.
And then they do the recap where they basically do this again.
I know. Maybe we should next time we do this, maybe we should plan it to be different than what they're going to do. I didn't think about that. But I guess it's different.
No. This is
us.
fun. This is different because it's us. It's your favorite video game design podcasters.
Podcast. And we could talk about like what, do you think that people design games to be speedrun?
Certain people do. So Shovel Knight, I don't remember if it came out initially with it, but it does have a speedrun mode, which will show you a timer, and it has a couple other features. I think it turns off all dialogue and stuff.
Ooh.
So it is in...
I almost feel like, though, I wouldn't
Turnip Boy has a speedrun mode.
Yeah, it does. But, I mean, Turnip Boy speedrun mode just counts for you. It doesn't do anything different. Because I feel like if you turn off dialogue, if you make it easier for speedrunners on purpose, then it's almost like not a speedrun. Like, I think part of what's cool about speedrunning is the ingenuity that people have to have.
Yes.
To like create it.
I will self-plug the game that I've been working on for a long time. Actually, I have specifically designed with speedrunners and speedrunning in mind.
Because you can skip all the battles.
Because, well, you can skip all the battles. You can also, because there is no RNG at all, you can plan. And if you actually take the time to sit there and analyze like how long each thing takes, you can be like, oh, if I do this battle early on, like that adds time to that segment. But if it gives me, this item that I can use later on, like 4 hours later, then that item will speed up that battle 4 hours later by 30 seconds, and it'll be a net save of 10 seconds. So like my hope is that I have the path to win, like the main path, like every action mapped out effectively. And then speedrunners find the faster paths. Okay. The more interesting paths.
Interesting.
That's what I'm hoping for when this game eventually releases in 2045.
No. Well, we still won't have paid off the house by then, so.
Yeah. Sage Money brings up a good point. Randomizers.
Yeah.
Especially randomizer races. So a randomizer is when they take like a game and then they've modded it so that it... changes everything up. So like they can take Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and they can randomize like where the items are. So instead of like Dungeon 1, this is just an example. I don't remember the actual order of items and stuff in Links to the Past, but like Dungeon 1, instead of having the bow and arrow, might have the power bracelet. And like an item that you need to get to Dungeon 3 might be in one of the first chests in the game. So you have to like go around and figure out which places you can access right away, collect the treasure from them, and then figure out where you can access next using the items that you've got from the accessible areas. And like you kind of have to actively create this path through the game as it randomly throws stuff to you. So they take a known game, they add randomizer. What's very interesting is that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is a roguelike game series, which already is randomized. So I'm not sure what a randomizer 10 dungeon blitz exactly means when already like the dungeons are going to have random floor plans, random enemy layouts, etc. Well, so that'll be interesting.
We'll have to find out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, on to Monday. Let's just see. We're just gonna. I know we're getting closer. Like, can we read it?
A vampire block. Blade 2 vampire. Okay. Psyops, the Mind Gate Conspiracy sounds fun. Dust and Elysian Tale. That sounds so much like Disco Elysium.
I thought it was.
It's Armored Core. Armored Core is a game about very fast giant robots, basically Gundam-like. They fly around, smash, smash, smash.
Sorry,
so that's going to be fun.
I can't read from far away. I stump on it. There we go. We're here for the fun. We're professional. Dude, there's Yakuza. That's you're excited about that.
Yakuza Kiwami is I just butchered that pronunciation, but Yakuza Kiwami, whatever, is so far one of my favorite installments in the game series. I highly recommend everyone watch it. I don't think that's the normal Yakuza runner. Because I forget their exact name, but I thought it started with a J. But the Yakuza runner that's been doing the last few Yakuza runs at GDQs is super informative, funny, and is just one of the best runners just because of how engaged and active they are the entire time. It's like very showman heavy.
Nice.
But yeah, highly recommend. Oh, and it's also New Game Plus, which is interesting because normally, you do the new games. This means that they're starting after beating the game already.
Oh.
So some games have the New Game Plus mode. So like it starts the game from the beginning, but certain things from your previous game carry over.
Well, that's a mode
usually
I didn't
like
even know
items.
about.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls is famous for that one.
Interesting. Yeah, because I knew you could like finish a game and keep playing it.
No, this is finish.
I knew you could start it completely over, but I didn't know.
Yeah, this is finish a game, start it over with some of the things that you've acquired in the first run.
Okay, well, that's very fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Interesting. That could be fun for me to even watch, although that's during the
And
work day.
Bonus game 2 is Portal, and we talked about how nauseating and disorienting that would be.
Which I'm mad about because I've always been interested in the game Portal, and now I'm sad that apparently it's going to make me feel sick.
Hey,
so.
maybe it won't. Maybe 3D glasses.
Oh, we could try the 3D glasses. They're not 3D. They're
Anti-motion sickness.
The famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Anything else?
BioShock, Fallout 3. Okay, some first-person shooters. Hitman. Hitman could be pretty funny. Just because I've seen some glitches of... I'm not sure if that's the one, but like... You can throw items, and I guess some, if not all of the items, have tracking.
Ooh.
So it's the game design aspect there is... It's not fun when you throw an item, but you need such precise aim that like you miss 99% of the time because your targets are almost always moving. So to give a little leeway, it does some tracking. So like the normal use case is there's a guy walking forward, you want to throw a rock at his head. Even if the rock is going to miss by this much by like his actual movement, it'll just track through the air and actually hit him in the back of the head, and you'll get credit. What happens... Sometimes in one of these Hitman games is it's got this tracking, and you can throw things at people on jet skis.
Okay.
So you throw like a suitcase, and the suitcase goes super fast.
Oh my gosh.
So the suitcase, instead of just flying straight through the air and like at the very end diverting a little to like give you a satisfying hit, the suitcase follows the jet skier for a very long time until it finally catches up with them and hits them in the back of the head, knocking them out.
Okay, that's hilarious. So I should watch that, actually, because it sounds like it's going to be super hilarious.
Hopefully, yeah. Fable?
Well, it's any percent, so it's good luck. I mean, like,
Yes,
yeah,
any
that's a good
percent
chance.
is usually funnier. Hitman has a coin like in Oddworld Apes Odyssey. It distracts everyone and makes the run smoother. Oh, nice. Ape Escape is just a good time in general, so probably good. Froggun
But isn't that at it's at midnight?
Oh, midnight? Okay, well, Nick...
So, I mean, to be fair, like last year we did not really sleep very much.
No,
This is a
sleep is
very
for the
big-
weak.
A big deal, so...
Medieval Resurrection. I love Medieval. I love Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator is...
Goat Simulator, we're all excited.
That might be the silly block.
It might be.
Just because Goat Simulator is a very intentionally silly game. It's like someone spent a weekend taking the engine for a skateboarding game and they put a goat in it.
Oh boy. Yeah, I really want to see Goat Simulator. I'm kind of sad it's at 3 a.m. because honestly, I'm probably not going to get up for that.
We'll
but
have to watch it.
Fun fact about any Games Done Quick is they put their streams on YouTube.
On YouTube, and also their VODs are usually available with
Really?
bookmarks and chapters and
so
everything.
you can watch anything from pretty much any year they did it. If you're like, oh, I want to watch that Wind Waker that they were talking about from Summer Games Done Quick, you can go do that right now.
That's a valuable one.
Well, maybe not right now because we want you to stay here and then watch the actual
Yes.
stream. But like you could do that whenever you want. So that's pretty cool. So if you're gonna miss something, if something's like too, early in the morning, because
Yeah.
I was gonna say one of my coworkers is in Madrid and he and I both love the speedruns. But he will be able to watch Goat Simulator at a normal time.
Animorphs Run from 2017. I didn't know Animorphs had a game.
Yeah, what? Animorphs scared me so much, and I never read them. Just the covers made me go, ugh.
Yeah, no. Ugh. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to watch that after when there's a lull in AGDQ. So after AGDQ, I will watch Animorphs Run from 2017. Astral Chain. I feel like Astral Chain feels like a subtitle for a game, and not for like the title itself. It feels like it should be Final Fantasy Crystal 14 Astral Chain Chronicles. Fashion Police Squad.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I should check that one out.
Fashion Police Squad.
I don't know what that game is, but it sounds great. Any percent PC.
It sounds great.
Sounds
is what
perfect.
it sounds like.
Sounds like a game we might make on Make That Game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't. The Animorphs run is scary. Oh boy.
We did have a fashion game on one episode.
Astral Chain is an amazing boomer shooter. Okay. It does sound like a boomer shooter game. Okay. And you would love that, wouldn't you? Table It Gaming. Fashion Police Squad is a boomer shooter? What? Okay. That's wild.
Oh my god.
Okay. So gonna watch the speedrun of that. It is at noon, or is that 12:15 p.m.?
Yeah,
It's
noon.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's noon. Good. All right, watchable. Super Mario Galaxy Race. So Super Mario Galaxy 2, people might think to themselves, that's not a multiplayer game. How do they race that? Well, they're going to have 4 different players running 4 different games, single player games, and they're going to do a race until the end. Whoever gets the fastest wins. We've got the cat clawing up our couch at our feet,
Yeah,
which is
she's
great.
coming over.
She's part of it now.
She is part of it. She's always part of it.
Look,
There
here she is. She does not. She's like, excuse me, I was on business.
I think she'd be good at speedruns, though, if she were a person.
Oh, yeah. She does not have time for nonsense.
No.
At all.
She always has business. There she goes. so that actually sounds fun. The Super Mario Galaxy race?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be funny.
Sometimes the races get a little chaotic for me because it's hard to track all 4 screens at once, but the announcers usually do a good job at describing when people are at an interesting point.
I keep saying, oh, my favorite, but one of my favorite things from Summer Games was when they did Mario Maker races.
Yeah.
It was so good. So they basically had people who are really good. Mario Maker is a game where you get to make Mario levels, basically. I got it immediately. I need to make more games.
Yes, you do.
It's really fun. But they got people who are really good and pretty devious to make some levels that the runners hadn't seen before at all. And I think they had 3 people playing, or was it just 2? Was it 4?
I think it was 3 or 4.
Okay. So they had 3 or 4 people playing the levels and racing through them. And it was just so good because they'd never seen them before, but they're obviously very good at Mario games, and so they just kind of used those skills to do it. And I don't know, it was just very creative and cool and different, and I loved that.
It's no different. Well, I guess I say no different, but it's very similar to like a randomizer kind of situation
you
where
don't
like
know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, and then you just have to learn to adapt.
I think what made this one to me a little bit cooler is that people had actually designed them. Like they had.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, if someone's designed all of it, but like that they had gamers design these specifically for SGDQ.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
That was good.
Because I was like,
Outer Wilds, I hear, is a good one. Or
Resident
Outer Worlds.
Evil
There's 2.
Village. Sorry, I got
Puppy Playtime Chapter 2. Puppy Playtime Chapter 2, people. Puppy Playtime Chapter 2.
At like a prime spot, too. I feel like the 11 PMs are at like prime spot.
Yeah, what's going on? That's one to investigate. So what I wish that they would do with the schedule is they would name the blocks.
Oh, yeah.
So that we could see when the silly block started. Like if the silly block was started with Puppy Playtime and then went into Dead Space 2 or Dead Space 3, that would be hilarious. Actually, Puppy Playtime, assuming Puppy Playtime is not
like a boomer shooter.
It's either a boomer shooter or it could be a horror game. There are horror games that like disguise themselves as like fun, cute games, like Unicorn Pony Island or something.
I kind of hope it's not that.
This is a horror block.
I, like,
it looks like
cannot read.
Vampire Knight.
I know some people
Final
are excited about
Fantasy
Final Fantasy.
They're upset?
Excited.
Oh, excited. I was going to say upset. It's a horror survival game. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Does it make sense? I don't think so.
I mean, yeah. Puppy. Oh, Poppy Playtime. Cryostasis is an Eastern European jank horror game. Yeah, so it looks like they've got a horror block going on. And then they've got Final Fantasy VII. People are excited for. Most people's...
Stardew Valley can be speedrun?
Yes, and in fact, I've seen it, although this is a race, and it also, it's a seated crafts room. And now, because Stardew Valley is a farmer game, this could mean two things, but I'm going to guess it means, so with computers, you can't have...
With a computer.
With a computer, you can't do like true random generation of numbers. So you have to have a random number generator, which takes a certain seed. If you use the same seed, you will always get the same output. So like, if you input the seed 3 for your random number generator, the random numbers that will be generated by that generator with that seed are always going to be the same order. So like 9, 11, 9, 14, 3, 11, etc. And so what speedrunners or people doing like these kinds of challenges can do is if they can figure out how to force a certain seed,
right,
they can guarantee certain random number sequences, and they can then use that knowledge. So like the crafts room, you race to build the crafts room add-on. But so I assume that the seeded means that they're going to have the same farm layout, because I know Stardew Valley has like a random farm layout that you build on, and like will have different weeds and rocks generated into your thing. So I'm guessing that it will give them both the same basic playing ground to work from, and not just be like, oh, you start with all seeds or your farm already planted or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the ways that video games usually seed their random number generator, or like one of the notable ways, is like the number of milliseconds from loading the start screen to pressing the start button.
Oh boy.
And so like you see that a lot in like Pokemon runs, where they will like wait a certain amount of milliseconds or frames and then press the start button, so that they're guaranteed to have certain stats on starter Pokemon when they pick them, and then guaranteed to find certain Pokemon at certain points.
Interesting. Okay.
And like you can also change that at different times. I believe that it resets the seed every time you go back to the start screen, so they will close the game.
Oh yes, I've seen
and
that.
And then like, okay, we want to catch a Rattata with 13
Rattata.
attack. Yeah, so that's what seeded means, folks. That's important for speedrunning. I don't think they'll go over that on the pre-show.
Yeah, so you're getting the good stuff here, but we do have to kind of go. We only have 13 minutes.
Oh shoot, yeah, we've got to scroll through the Sonic block, because Sonic is going to be.
We all know about it. We like it. I won't watch it because
Pokemon Red or Yellow is.
I do think I saw that and I was like,
how do they decide red or yellow? Is that going to be an incentive? I was going to say
it might be an incentive.
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Glitchless though, which like. For a Pokemon game?
Yeah, Pokemon, especially Red and Yellow, have wild glitches. Like, if you go to a certain area and then fly, which is a Pokemon move for, like, fast travel, basically, you can enter a completely glitched out zone, which, like, none of the tiles make any sense, and you walk around, and you can, like, do weird stuff with it.
Ocarina of Time, I am excited about.
Yes, every Legend of Zelda game, any percent, 35 minutes. Ocarina of Time is fun because it has a glitch called Hess, which you drop a bomb, and you put your shield and do a backflip at the right time, and it'll shoot you backwards, sliding across the field at 100 miles an hour. So that's like fast travel. And you can also continuously do a backflip, drop a bomb, do a backflip, drop a bomb, infinite height into the air. And you can also do things like there's a point in the run where for any percent you shoot a hook shot at the same time as you kill yourself with a bomb, but you have a fairy, which is an item that revives you. You're familiar. You've played Legend of Zelda.
I've played Legends of Zelda. Look at our Triforce on our Christmas tree.
So the hook shot, you carry the momentum of being pulled up to a rafter, but it overshoots you because you're dead, and like it doesn't like put you on the platform it's supposed to put you on, and basically like uses physics to launch you to a new area. Then the fairy comes out and revives you, and you've just skipped an entire level because you like used momentum.
I'm really excited. Yeah, that one's gonna be good. I was gasping because as I was reading, I saw bonus game Stray.
All donations towards the Stray incentive.
Oh, man. See, that's tough because I started playing Stray and it made me too nauseous. And now I really want to watch that, but it's going to spoil the game.
Oh no. Well, time to beat Stray.
Oh boy. I might just watch it anyway. I think sometimes with video games,
They skip a lot of the story.
they skip a lot of the story in a speedrun. And also sometimes I find myself more excited to play a game after I've seen it. Like I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. Versus when I don't know what's going to happen, I'm like, is it worth doing that?
If we could somehow teach Wolf to play video games, and then we had her play Stray,
I mean,
I feel like that would be animal cruelty.
they do have a Stray. They have a patch you can get where you can make it look like your cat.
Oh, that's yes.
Which I said I would never do because the cat is put in the cat's put in so many like sketchy
Stressful
situations,
danger.
and I'm like, I couldn't do that to my kitty.
So I didn't realize that we were only on Wednesday.
Yeah, no,
I thought we were much deeper in.
We're not going quickly here. So Kirby Star Allies.
Ooh,
I actually
Kirby.
don't think Kirby Star Allies is a great game, but I will watch it because I love any game.
But we'll see what the speedrunners do.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'll take it back. It's fun. It's just not as high level as Forgotten Land.
Okay, true.
And it's not good for as much as it's called Star Allies. I think it's bad multiplayer.
I
That's really
think
what it is.
Thursday is the silly block because we were looking at Pac-Man, Yonoid, Yolanda, Lizard Lady versus the Cats, Office Race,
Office Race sounds
Salamander
funny.
County Public Television. This sounds like silly block.
Yeah, this sounds good. I love.
I'm going to
silly
die if
block.
I don't eat sushi. That's you.
All right, we're gonna have to wake up at 5:30 a.m. to watch that. Yeah.
Steven Seagal is the final option
That's the one
prototype.
I want to see. That's what I want to see. I don't know what that game is at all, but the name alone.
Bad guys at school.
This is good. This is the silly block for sure. Thursday morning, and it's gonna be good.
And then it goes
this is all Eastern
into
time, by the way.
Mega
I don't know
Man
what time
ZX.
zones, but just this is Eastern time. The schedule we downloaded.
Yes. Eastern. The best coast.
The only, like,
Wait, no,
real
we're the
time
East
zone.
Coast. The Beast Coast. 2 Legend of Zelda games in a row. BS Legend of Zelda.
What's that?
So, if I'm... this is me digging deep into my Zelda lore here. I believe that the BS Legend of Zelda was... There was a time, I think it was Japan only or very briefly run in America, but you could basically temporarily download games to your Nintendo system. So... I believe it was Super Nintendo.
Okay.
So this was specifically like a redone version of the original Legend of Zelda with like more advanced graphics, and I think that they changed like the quest, like the order of things. They basically the original randomizer. They were like, people have played Legend of Zelda to death. How do we change this? Oh, we let them download like an altered version so that they can do a new experience. Sort of thing. That's what I believe BS Legend of Zelda was. It might just be a graphical update specifically for... Yeah, it's SNES, so Super Nintendo. It might have been a graphical update that only ever released in Japan, but...
All right. Mario Kart Deluxe.
Not a race.
Not a race, somehow.
That's actually pretty funny.
Not a race. Simpsons Hit and Run. I think we're still being silly.
Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Celeste Custom Maps. I like watching Celeste because it's solid game overall and just it requires like some movement skill and stuff. Kirby Air Ride, that is a racing game.
I've never heard
Not
of
a race. Not a race run.
Not a race. Folks, we're doing racing, but it's not a race.
Mickey Mousecapade. Oh boy. Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
That movie just came out.
Yeah.
Didn't we watch it?
Well, yes, but Chippendale Rescue Rangers have existed for a long time.
Okay.
That wasn't like a new IP. PS5 simulator. Perfect. No notes. Gonna watch that one.
How fast is that? 10 minutes. That's
10
actually longer than I would have thought.
Well, I assume that it's
oh yeah, we didn't talk about showcases.
Oh, wait, is there a showcase on screen right now?
No.
Oh.
But we didn't talk about them.
Okay.
Showcases are basically when instead of like running a game, they're just kind of showing off an interesting game.
Yeah. Or like
A
a skilled player at games. So like they'll do like DDR.
Yeah.
And
games
like
that
rhythm
can't really
games.
be like speedrun, but it's like you get to watch them play and it's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just another thing that'll happen.
Kirby's Adventure.
Kirby. There's lots of Kirby happening.
We love a Kirby.
We do. Who doesn't? My mom had never seen Kirby before, and we loaded up a Kirby game on Christmas, and she was like, "Oh my god, he's so cute!"
Yes.
So yeah, Kirby gets all the hearts.
Ooh, Brave New World. That sounds like a great video game idea. Elephants and snakes and crocodiles. Okay.
There's another Final Fantasy
14. Wait, Final Fantasy 14 is an MMORPG. It's a solo, 2 hands on keyboard, no mouse. So this is effectively a showcase more than anything. They're just showing off that they're soloing a pretty hard fight. Okay. Alone and never using the mouse. And then technical showcase of Stepmania.
So it was perfect. We said it out loud at the right time.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying. Super Mario All-Stars.
And then we're going into Saturday.
We're almost there, folks.
Blinks the Time Sweeper it's a timey-wimey game, so you know timey-wimey, gonna be fun. Mega Man 64. Mega Man 64, isn't that Mega Man Legends? Sage Money, hit me up with some knowledge here. What is Mega Man 64, and how is it not just that? The Lion King.
Love 3. What is that? I thought it said the Pokestrian, but it's the Pedestrian.
Nope, it is the Pedestrian. Sorry,
I can't see.
Terraria. I've seen Terraria speedruns lately. Although the Terraria speedruns I've been watching are 8 hours long, so I don't know why.
It's an hour and 50 minutes?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know why it's so fast. I don't know what the difference between the speedruns I watch.
A speedrun.
Some games are 8 hours.
I know, I'm kidding.
Dark Souls 2, Old Souls. Legend of Zelda Link to the Past bonus game. Yes, more Legend of Zelda. Let's get it.
Oh, it's 100%, but not glitchless. So
Mega Man Legends is Mega Man 64 for the PlayStation. Okay, gotcha. Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
I'm so excited about. So yeah, we both played Legends Arceus for a while.
We never beat it.
And neither of us beat it. We just got bored.
This is how we'll find out what the ending is.
Yeah, I really don't care to go back to it. I'm going to be quite honest.
I'm going to say something controversial. I know we only have 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go through this, but I do like Arceus better than Scarvi.
That's a big thing to drop for me.
All right, now let's move on to Sunday. Let's see what's going on Sunday.
I can't believe you like Arceus better.
And the Sunday is just the finale?
Yeah. Sundays, so it's like Sunday because it's 12:30 a.m. I will say, though, like last year, they went way overtime.
Yeah.
So like Sunday morning, I think we were still having games.
Yes, they went way over time. The schedule was messed up for a long time.
Yeah,
there was a lot of delays.
I will say,
being virtual event, this is going to have 10 times more delays.
Oh, I was going to say less because they don't have to like actually like move people. A lot of the delays last year were like technical issues getting like certain systems set up. They'll already be set up.
They will already be set up, but the actually getting the stream connection. So not a lot, but some speedrunners don't have the best internet connections, don't have the best tech, etc. So
that surprises me.
It is a little surprising,
if
but
you're a speedrunner, aren't you streaming? Aren't you at least streaming?
Yes, but just because you're streaming doesn't mean like you can get all these upgrades and stuff. Right. So like there are a lot of times where like their stream to GDQ will drop.
Okay.
And then there will be a time to reconnect.
Yeah. So just beware that like what we have shown you today is the games that will happen.
This schedule means nothing.
It means nothing. Last year I printed it and it was great. And I highlighted all the times that we wanted to watch and I had it all ready to go. And then it changed literally every single day. So just go to the website to look at it. Don't be like me.
Yeah. So Sage Money says BS Legend of Zelda was a game you had to play during a radio broadcast that was available for 1 hour every week.
Is that true?
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
God.
That sounds right. That sounds correct. Amazing.
That's going to be
incredible.
Great.
How is that speedrun going to work?
I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. And then
Legends Arceus was so good. Better than Scarvi.
I thought it was so repetitive. That's the problem.
True.
That's why I stopped. But
so we've got 2 minutes left. I'm going to say this. Actually, Claire and I have talked about this semi-extensively. Combining Pokemon Legends Arceus with Pokemon Snap
would be
the
amazing.
ultimate game.
That would be a great game. Yes, because you're learning about Pokemon, you're collecting data. It makes sense.
You're taking pictures of them doing normal behaviors.
It would solve both games.
Yes.
Because Pokemon Snap is also like too repetitive.
Yes.
But adding them together, I think, is great. I will say, since we have a minute left, if you liked our stream, then and you haven't listened to our podcast, I would really encourage you to check us out. We
Yes.
talk about video game design. We pitch game ideas. And then we every now and then we'll do a news show or a bonus show like this. So you can check us out. Make that game on most platforms. I forgot everything I know.
So our YouTube channel might be our most important one. It is youtube.com/the @ symbol make that game.
And then we also have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Make that game pod. And we're here already. You know where to find us on Twitch.
Yeah. Have any of you followed us? Have we got any follows? I just noticed that
I don't even know how to look at that.
We don't have an area for like stream alerts or anything.
I was also going to say that I don't know how to move everyone over. I know that we can do that. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, no, our whole thing is that we were going to start
Drop you off.
hosting.
Do we have to do
time
it in
to figure
Twitch?
that out. It's follower only chat. I didn't know we had that. Okay.
No, I think that's all things because you're when you table it, then that's also follower only.
Oh, okay. Are you logged in on Twitch?
Yeah. You're watching us figure it out live.
Oop, I just went to my own channel.
Well, it's because that's the channel I always go to.
Creator dashboard. Stream manager. So in the stream manager. Got it. Done.
There we are.
Yes. Oh, there's all the follows. Thank you, follower only chat bitrate. Wow, this is interesting because I don't have this. Okay, so then what we do is we raid channel. We pick a live channel.
All right, everybody.
I find
It's games done quick. Yeah.
games done quick.
They're at 4 more minutes.
They're already at a delay.
They're already delayed by 4 minutes.
But so we click raid. And then we get ready to raid.
Wait, they're gonna leave?
Yeah, once. So now it's ready to raid. So
all right,
now
when we decide. All right,
when we decide.
I guess we say thanks everybody for tuning in. We hope it's a really exciting speedrun marathon this year.
Yes, and we hope you have a great time.
Yeah, and if you are inspired to make a game by watching all the speedruns, we encourage you to get out there
and make that game.